Hello, it's Tristan here from ZebraInvest, and today I'm sitting down with Daisy Hill from Dots Design and Planning. As I said before, she's a gamekeeper turned poacher, so a planning officer turned planning consultant. And now she's out on her own legs, so if you want to go use her and help her out with your planning applications, she's fantastic. So one of the bits I was going to want to talk about was planners versus architects. So everyone seems to, when they get their ideas, dreams in their head, what they want to go and do is go straight to and speak with an architect, rather than think about, well, what can we actually achieve? And they spend a lot of money doing it. So we're going to quickly pop over whether, the kind of costs that you might incur, how it might work, whether it's worth using an architect or planner or both, how it might come together, and where you should start. So I'll hand it over to you. So what do you think? Is planner the best person to go to, an architect? I think you're going to be a little bit biased.
Well, I think both, actually. Both in conjunction, I would say. Certainly.
So not just one?
No, I think, people come to me often a little too late. So the whole idea behind my business and where I feel like I've placed myself is I'm that person that you would engage early on. And actually what I do now, if somebody comes to me, I bring an architect on site. I work closely with several architects. So both myself and the architect will go on that site visit, meet the client, and we can have that joined up approach from day one. I think the trouble is people will naturally go to an architect because that's what they think they need to do. So it's about educating people that actually you got to start from the planning policy as well. Otherwise, an architects are fabulous. They will design someone their absolute dream with bells on it, give you something better than you could have ever imagined. But we are all specialists in our own right, and I think it's great that we can work together, but actually we've also got to stay in our own lane and pull on different people who have those other strengths. So
I think it's an excellent point, because you can end up with someone who's like Jack of all trades, but not amazing at architecture, not amazing at planning, and actually you'd end up spending an absolute fortune, effectively getting nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had something come to me recently. The client has spent, I'd say, the best part of £20,000 in design and planning application fees, architects' fees, for it to be turned down. They had absolutely no planning advice on it. I suppose the architect felt he had enough of a grounding to be able to do it. But actually, I took one look at it and I said, in planning policy terms, absolutely no chance. I could have saved them the best part, £20,000, and that makes me really angry, actually, because a little bit of my time, it's a drop in the ocean, really, to help guide people to actually this is what we can do, or this is going to be really difficult. I just want to prepare you for that. So yeah.
So as we spoke, so spending on costs and free apps with an architect is probably not the best way, but you'd say spend the time with a planning consultant, drill it down, and then go back to them, or you turn and say, actually, put us all around the table together.
I like to be around the table together. So I think we were saying before, my background is as an architectural designer, so I probably have a slight edge on a lot of planning consultants because I've got the vision and I can weave the design and the planning together. I wouldn't then sit there and draw it. I will pass that to an architect. That's absolutely their area of expertise. But when I have a new client that comes to me, I will always say, I work with a fabulous architect, I'm going to bring them too. So you are completely, that's the whole idea of my business name, the dots. I'm helping you join up those dots of how you get from what you want, to how we get that a reality. Absolutely. So I bring these people in and we all work together. We're all on the same page from the get-go. Absolutely.
I think that's the main bit with planning permission, full stop. Whether or not you're trying to, for example, last year we were trying to split a hotel into two properties. Actually, if you start with the planning side of it and then okay, where are we going to get to? That's what's going to end up with a successful application and limiting the amount of money you're going to spend. But I mean, I can definitely say from my own opinion, I'd say a planner is probably the first person to talk to, because a planner is going to be able to tell you whether you can actually achieve it.
Yeah.
And I think, and then an architect will then be able to work, draw it and put it in the way that you want to achieve it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd agree that working together is a good way to do it. Anyway, if anyone's got any questions on that, please drop the comments in below. Hopefully you liked that video. And if you're going to subscribe to our channel, please do. We've got plenty of other videos with Daisy to run through, and hopefully those have helped. Cheers, guys.